Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be talking about the Metaverse, which I'm going to admit here openly, I never really participated in the Metaverse or anything like that. I know a lot of people were really into it, especially a few months ago. It seems like at one point in time, like, you couldn't escape hearing about the Metaverse, right? Everyone was talking about how, oh, the Metaverse is the future, man. Everyone's going to have a Metaverse account. Everyone's going to have a secondary digital life. Everyone's going to be buying property in the Metaverse, you know what I mean? They're going to buy these NFT properties and everything, right? Like, we heard about this, and I'm not going to lie, like, I think conceptually the Metaverse is a pretty cool idea, like the idea of a digital space where you can hang out and work and play with other people. On paper, not the worst concept ever. What really kind of like makes the Metaverse something that I don't particularly enjoy is the monetization of it. Like, it seems like everything about the Metaverse has already been monetized in some way. And I see it as something like, the Metaverse is supposed to be like an escape from real life, and I understand that this is how these things make profit and pay for things, and I don't mind monetization to a certain extent, but it seems like everything about the Metaverse became like instantaneously monetized, which to me like kind of killed some of the fun for it. But it's really not looking too hot for the Metaverse right now, man. According to the reports that are coming out over the last few days, especially with some of the more popular, or what should have been the more popular Metaverse spaces out there, numbers are not posting up too good for these guys. They're not getting the users that they wanted, which is a huge problem because obviously you can't really normalize something or make something like popular or whatever if you don't really get like popular support behind it. And one of the companies that we'll be taking a look at today, Facebook/Meta, essentially has gone all in on the Metaverse, right? Not in the instance of like, oh yeah, they spend all their money on it or anything like that, but they did sink a lot of money into the Metaverse. They sunk a lot of time and effort and resources into the Metaverse, and it looks like it's really not paying off for them, which for Facebook isn't really the best news because as a company, they have had their stock hit pretty hard recently, and things aren't looking good for Facebook in general. There's a lot of issues to address, but this is just one of them that they really shouldn't have to worry about, but now they do because, they dove into this whole Metaverse idea first and foremost, and it's not looking the best for them right now. So, Meta's Facebook was one of the most popular social media platforms in the world with billions of users. However, its failing virtual reality metaverse project, Horizon Worlds, isn't doing nearly as well. In fact, a new report shows that barely anyone is spending much time in Horizon Worlds at all, with most user-created worlds going completely unvisited. Meanwhile, Second Life and VR Chat have more concurrent users according to folks at Meta. According to a new report from the Wall Street Journal, internal documents and employees at Meta paint a picture that nobody is really playing Horizon Worlds. It's free-to-play virtual reality metaverse that lets users create and visit worlds with friends or strangers. Think Roblox, but more cold and heartless. The company initially hoped to have 500,000 monthly active users visiting these various virtual worlds. Now, that number has been revised to around 200,000. Internal stats show that most players don't stick around after their first month in Horizon Worlds, and Meta has seen a steady decline in active users since spring. Wall Street Journal reports that all of the user-created worlds in the game, only about 9% are visited by more than 50 players. The majority of the rest are never visited by anyone besides the initial creator. The end result is a lot of empty, barren digital lands. Even Questies, a world created by Meta as a part of a larger Super Bowl marketing push, is a giant flop with very few visitors using it. Alright, so let's talk about this, man. So, this is not good, right? This is not good at all. And the reason why is they're just simply not getting people on board. And with the Metaverse, like, it's in that stage that I feel like everything goes through, right? If you want to have like a mainstream successful product on the market, you have to have like that initial surge, right? You have to market the product effectively, which they did. I mean, we've heard a lot about Horizon Worlds. It's not like they didn't put money towards getting the name out there or anything. But in doing that, you have to get users onto the platform, which should not have really been a problem because keep in mind, this is a free-to-play thing. It's not like you have to pay $10 or whatever to come play Horizon Worlds and buy it. You just play it. If you have basically a device that can access it, then you play it. It's that simple. It's free to play. It's like Fortnite, you know what I mean? Usually the free to play model really results in more users playing than usual because there's no barrier to entry, and it's not a good sign if your free to play metaverse project has low player counts. And another major problem that the article states is out of the people who are playing, a pretty big portion of them don't even stick around after a month, right? They maybe get get on it a couple times, they see what they can do on it, and then they just kind of put it away forever and never really think about it again. You know what I mean? And it's kind of not a good thing for that to be happening, because that means out of the small portion of people they are getting to actually download this free-to-play thing to mess with, they're not even retaining the player base that they've actually marketed themselves successfully to, which really just kind of spells doom for the whole platform. And now it's to a point where they've had to cut down their target for monthly active users to 40% of what they had initially suggested they should have. They went from saying, hey, we should have 500,000 monthly active users, to saying, you know what, maybe 200,000. That's a pretty big cut, you know what I mean? And this isn't the only Metaverse project that has been kind of failing recently, that's not been doing too hot. There's another popular like metaverse virtual reality thing out there called Decentraland. This is based, I believe, on like NFTs / cryptocurrency. It's one of the more popular metaverse projects that I can remember. And according to DApp Radar, as of October 10th, it had just 30 active users in a 24-hour span. That is actually criminally insane for something that was basically as popular as it was. This was one of the more popular like metaverse projects out there. So for it to have just 30 active users like that, not a very good sign. I mean, you gotta think, right? There are exponentially more people watching Watch Optimus paid content than there are using Decentraland out there, right? If you're in college, there's probably more students that go to your lecture than there are people in the world using Decentraland in a 24-hour span. That is a horrible sign for something that had such a push like this did. So at this point, man, can we say the metaverse is dead? Like, I mean, what's going on here? They're seeing all of these things that have like low player counts, right? People aren't really partaking in this as much maybe as like Facebook and these other companies wanted them to. And on top of that, a lot of the hype around NFTs and cryptocurrency has kind of died out now, right? With the market not doing too hot and with cryptocurrencies kind of plunging to the ground levels of what they were, you know, a year or so ago. A lot of these cryptocurrencies and these NFT projects and stuff just aren't doing too hot, and people are kind of shying away from them now. And I think a lot of the hype around the metaverse has died. I think it was kind of like maybe a fad for now, you know what I mean? Like people, they were interested in it, they maybe didn't see the initial potential in it, and they got off of it, and they kind of hopped off the train altogether. This doesn't mean that the metaverse isn't something that could be successful again in the future. I bet, you know, 10, 20, 30 years from now, this stuff will probably become a little bit more normalized, you know what I mean? You gotta think it's still a pretty new concept, but this is still not good because these things had huge push. Like everybody knows about these things now, and they're just not attracting the player bases and the users that they need in order to be successful projects. So as of right now, I'm declaring the metaverse officially dead. And to kind of wrap this video up, I want to say, I just haven't seen a metaverse project that was better than PlayStation Home. I don't know if you guys remember PlayStation Home. I am like an ardent defender of this platform. I really wish they'd bring back PlayStation Home on the PS5, man. Like that to me is like the best metaverse kind of thing ever. If you don't know about PlayStation Home, go look that up because that shit was FUN fun. I don't care what anyone says, that shit was lit and it needs to come back. That was the real metaverse, man. Sony, make it happen. I'm demanding this shit. It's not even like y'all should do it. It needs to come back today. So with that being said though, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. And also thank you to my Watch Optimus subscribers. Your support helps the channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, talking about the metaverse being dead and signing out.